What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up with it? Hey, I'm back for another quick video. And I've been getting comments and people asking, can 30 grams of carbs a day, do it work? And yes, it does work. Um, After being on this program for a few years and seeing the results of my numbers going down and losing weight, just because I lowered my carbs. And I don't care what nobody say, that work. It works better than medicine. Why you need medicine to help you lose weight? And the only medicine you need, the two things you need is willpower to not eat the foods that you don't need to eat. And I got a list of foods that I've been eating to help me stay on my 30 grams of carbs a day. I'm a carb counter, not a calorie counter. And carbs is the number one killer that drives uh, weight, that drives the weight up, drives the sugar up. And excuse me, all it takes is a few tweaks in your meal planning that will help you overcome this high carbs that most people eat a day. Like I said, I'm 30 grams, not 30 grams a week, 30 grams a day, meaning no chips, no sweets, no potatoes, no pasta, no bread, none of that high starchy food,
Bluetooth disconnected. Bluetooth connected.
none of that high carb food that's going to keep my blood sugar high. And majority of the stuff that I just named off is the foods that keep your sugar high. Uh, it keep the weight on. Um, you lower your carbs. Uh, the weight come off. When I first started my journey, and I know this might not sound a lot for a lot of people, but I was 155 pounds, and for my size and my height, that was for me overweight. And now I'm down to my realistic weight where I'm supposed to be at is between 138 and 140. And just because I dropped off, I stopped eating the high carb foods, I stopped eating the sweets, I lowered my meal portions, and that allowed weight to come off because I lowered my carbs. And I probably went from 200, 300 carbs a day, probably down, all the way down to 30. And I've been doing 30 for over the last 2.5, going on 3 years. And I just really started seeing the results a year ago. And it takes a minute. With discipline and eating the right foods, this will help. I promise you. Just do it. You know, and I have a lot of people that tell me they don't think they can do that. When I first started, I said the same thing. I can't do that. Everything I was on that list that I had to get off of was my daily food intake on the daily. Bread, french fries, uh, pasta, uh, spaghetti, uh, just during the Christmas holidays or on any day, Sundays, eating Sunday dinner. The plate might consist of mashed potatoes, corn, uh, mac and cheese, uh, cornbread. Just think about all them carbs on that one plate. Just think about that. All them carbs is on one plate. After you get through eating that that food, depending on how much you eat, in about an hour and a half, your blood sugar probably gonna be up in the high 280s to 300s. Just that food alone. And just think if you just cut that in half, eat the meat, eat the greens. You know, you don't have to eat the other stuff. I mean, your sugar gonna go up, of course, because blood sugar go up after you eat. But it's how high it get and how long it stay up. If it's staying up high past 3 hours, then yeah, you ate way too much. You ate way too much. Your sugar needs to start coming down right after around 2 hours. Well, an hour and a half going into 2 hours. Your sugar starts coming down. If it ain't coming down after 2 hours, man, you ate way too much. You know. So just think about that. Mashed potatoes, cornbread, mac and cheese, uh, potato salad, or whatever. All them carbs on one plate. Damn. I see that now, and ain't no way. I would turn my nose up at that plate. I would tell them, no, just take that back and just bring me some greens and some meat. Now I would turn my nose up at a plate like that. I mean, I don't care what nobody say, because that is that eating like that is the food that's keeping us overweight, keeping us in diabetes and all that. So I mean, it's to each his own, you know. And until you figure this thing out and you want to do better with your sugar, with your health, man, I'm tell you, man, this diabetes is a big thing, and for me, and not just me, and this work for everybody. Lower your carbohydrate intake, please. You know, so set goals on certain stuff to help you get to where you need to be. Set goals. I'm not gonna eat after this time. I'm gonna eat at this time. I'm gonna eat this much food. You know, so it's it's out there, and I'm gonna keep saying this. This works. I mean, I didn't see it at first. I didn't see it within my first 2 years of this new Verta Health program that's through my job. I didn't think it was working because I didn't see no. I just didn't see no progress, but I stuck with it. Was it times where I said, you know what, I'm gonna stay on this medication and I'm just gonna just keep eating and I'm just. But the number one thing that really drove me to do this was the diabetes medication is so high. At the time, before I got all this turned around, I was taking two medications, and both those medications was over $100. Over $100. You know, so you talking about $200, $200, $400 a month. 200 for each, for each one a month. So that's about $400. Round up, probably around about five. So I said, you know what? I'm not doing that no more. So I put my foot down, and I said, I'm supposed to do something different. I'm tired of giving my money to the doctors, to the pharmaceutical companies on something that I know I can control and beat myself. I can beat this, and I'm still beating it. And other people can beat it too. You can do it. You just got to have the will to say, I'm tired of taking medication. Uh, I want to do something different with my life. I want a different lifestyle. You know, it's called a lifestyle change. You know, when it comes to trying to reverse diabetes and lose weight, it's called a lifestyle change. And until you figure that out, that you want a lifestyle change and you want to live better and try to live longer, you know, that's what you're gonna have to do. It did for me. I'm gonna stay on this. 3 years into this, 3 years into this, and I just started seeing results a year ago. This April. This April. It's been a year since when my finally seen my numbers turn a corner, and they turned the corner like it was no other. And I said, I'm there, and you know what? I'm gonna stay there. Ain't no way I'm going back down that road again. Seeing my numbers always in the red. Uh, my doctor saying I may need to get back on the medication. No, I ain't getting back on no medication. I'm gonna work through this, and I've worked through it, and I'm proud of myself for that. And all I'm doing is to reach out to other people who's trying to do it but having a hard time. You know, and that's why I'm putting these videos out here. This is a serious thing. This can be done. It can be done. I'm living proof that it can be done. So please, I urge you, change your lifestyle. Change the way you eat. Get off the medication. It can be done. You don't need your doctor telling you you got to stay on medication, because you don't have to stay on medication. Be your own boss. Take over your own life from your doctor. Don't have your doctor telling you what to do all the time. When it comes to diabetes and losing weight, you can do that on your own. You know, so for the people that's still having a hard time, stick with it, please. I just please stick with it and don't give up, because there is light at the end of the tunnel, because now I've seen it. I've seen it and it's there. And God bless everybody. I'll talk to y'all again. Thank you very much.